Good evening. Minister of Social Development Lindiwe Zulu has launched the Department of Social Development's over-the-top platform to enhance access to social development portfolio programs. OTT is an online service which is streaming and is offered directly to viewers through the internet without the support of cable, broadcast and satellite television platforms. According to the department, the platform comes at a time when traditional methods of access and sharing of information are gradually taking new shape and giving a chance for people to consume content anywhere and everywhere. Department of Social Development Chief Director of Communication, Lumka, Oliphant, now joins us for this conversation, and she joins us via our Zoom link. Lumka, thank you so much for joining us here on SABC News. If maybe you can just give us a bit of insight and just tell us what exactly is the over-the-top platform.
Thank you so much, Mbali. The over-the-top platform, as you have described, is a platform where consumers can be able to get information without the assistance of cable networks. It is also via online. So this is why the department now is saying that we need to try and make sure that we package our content, we speak to South Africans directly, and we also are able to make sure that we try and own the narrative.
And maybe if you can just give us a bit of an understanding of those programs and services you will be allowing for, those beneficiaries from the Social Development Department. How do they enhance communication between the department and those who benefit from the Social Development Department?
It's not only just South Africans, hey Mbali, it's also media as well, because sometimes we have seen that we go to rural areas where most of the media cannot be able to even support us there. We are also able to feed the information to yourselves so that you can be able to broadcast us further. But coming to your question is that all our programs, we are going to make sure that people see them. Another thing that we always are asked for is, what is the impact? Where is this investment that you keep on saying that you are doing? We will be doing documentaries. We will be doing talking to people directly. We will be doing live streams, and we are going to make sure that we also have a part for children, where we have a children's corner, where we are going to be able to take our content for children and we put it in that section. So everything that we do as a department, we are going to try and make sure that we package it ourselves and be able to give it to South Africans. We want to make sure that we reach everyone. As you know, Mbali, as well, that we also media also does not have the resources at times, and this is also trying as well to assist each other and meet each other halfway, where we cannot be able to go and come and get the news.
And perhaps someone at home is asking themselves, how is this new form of communication different from the traditional media that we are used to?
The traditional media is that, Mbali, is that you are on radio, you are on satellite, we are going to be online. We are just going to make sure that this is the place where people are going to get the credible information of the department and its entities. I forgot to mention that it's not only just social development, but our entities, the National Development Agency and also SASA. This is online. We are also planning on trying to make sure that we zero-rate the platform. We are in the process of investigating how we can be able to do that so that our beneficiaries can just log in and be able to access any information. When I talk about documentaries, we also want to make sure that we go out and the people that we give services tell us how our services are impacting their lives. Most of the time when we talk about services of government, or even I will talk about social development, people will always ask us, what is the impact of the work that we are doing? And sometimes we are unable to show the numbers because the department, we are investing in the human development of the country. Therefore, if you are wanting to see the development of children, you are going to see how the grade 1 has started at school, for instance, and up until grade 12. we've been trying to tell the story, for instance, about the fact that the children who are doing well, even in basic education and are passing in matric, you will find that the bulk of those children are the ones that are in our system who are the beneficiaries of social grants. So this is what we want to do. We also want to just show South Africans what we do with the investment that they make to the country.
And Lumka, a bit earlier on, you touched on the issue around those in the rural areas and perhaps even the older generation who don't have access to smartphones. How can they, make use of this online service? Because at the same time, when you speak of, services like this one would always say there's always a conversation of Wi-Fi connection and data. So how does it reach those who don't have, Wi-Fi and data?
As a Department of Social Development, you will also know that recently we introduced the COVID-19 350 grant. We have seen that 15 million applied for those for that service, and they were all online. When we look at what type of devices we're using, most of them were using smartphones. It may be that somebody doesn't have a smartphone, but it is clearly evident through the research that we have done and what we have seen in terms of how the applications have been done. It looks like people do have access to these devices as well. I also want to say, even last year we usually have annually our active aging, where we speak to older persons. The older persons that were with us there, it was them who are also showing us that they are digital savvy. Yes, we know that there may be those that do not have, but we are also seeing that as we are improving as a country, people also have access to these devices and people have access to this platform. And a case in point that we have is the 350 as a Department of Social Development.
All right, of course. Thank you very much for that, Lumka Oliphant. That is Lumka Oliphant from the Department of Social Development, and she is the Chief Director of Communication.